And with that, we look at tonight's other major story. Britain's two satellite television networks joined forces tonight in a move designed to save them both money. The joint venture will be called British Sky Broadcasting, with Rupert Murdoch's News International owning half the company and BSB's shareholders the rest. The combined investment by Sky, which has been losing an estimated £2 million a week, and BSB already exceeds £1.2 billion. Staff at both stations were said to be stunned. Sky's 4-channel service and BSB's 5 will eventually be merged into a new 5-channel network. Our media correspondent Nick Hyam now reports.
The launch of Rupert Murdoch's Sky Television in February 1989 began one of the bloodiest and most expensive battles in recent corporate history, as first Sky and then its rival hemorrhaged red ink. Keeping Sky's 4-channel service aloft and broadcasting was costing its parent company News International £100 million a year. British satellite broadcasting was costing even more. Its 5-channel service went on air last April, expecting to spend at least £1.3 billion before breaking even. Fierce competition to buy Hollywood blockbuster films for the two rival subscription movie channels helped drive up both sides' costs. Meanwhile, satellite television took a while to catch on with the punters, though in households which had installed receiving dishes, Sky's channels took a healthy share of viewing. Installations of Sky dishes rose steadily from 118,000 in June 1989 to 962,000 in September of this year. But BSB's penetration was barely a tenth of that, and both sides have suffered a slowdown in new installations since the summer, as consumer spending has declined. Meanwhile, investors' confidence in Rupert Murdoch's worldwide media empire has been slipping. Last month, he merged 4 Australian newspapers into 2, part of cuts intended to help pay interest charges on debts of £5 billion. Details of the new arrangement were still under negotiation tonight, but there are likely to be job losses at BSB, and there'll be a new company, British Sky Broadcasting, half-owned by each side. It'll broadcast 5 channels, for the time being on both satellites. There'll be 2 film channels, and Sky's admired news service is expected to survive, though the high cost of covering the Gulf crisis contributed to Sky's losses. The merged venture strengthens the prospects for satellite television, but it also increases Rupert Murdoch's dominance of the British media. Tonight, the two sides said they were confident they could win the battle for viewers with ITV and the BBC, rather than fighting each other in a battle it was becoming clear neither could win.
Well, now, I'm joined by Andrew Neil, editor of the Sunday Times, a former chairman of Sky. What do you make of all this?
Well, I think it's good news. I think I'd always had the view, even when I was running Sky, that it was crazy for the 2 sets of channels to be on different systems. And if you remember when VCRs were launched in this country, people never knew whether to buy a Betamax or a VHS. And in the end, the argument was resolved in favor of VHS. Well, with the satellite systems in this country, you've had the Astra system that Sky is on, and the DBS system that BSB's been on. Well, the matter's really been resolved in favor of the Astra system, which is a bigger system, can take more channels, broadcast across Europe. Go out and buy 1 dish now, you get all the satellite channels with that one-stop buy.
But that puts a very good sort of technical complexion on a financial disaster, is that right?
Well, I don't think it was a financial disaster. I mean, I think BSB has spent vast sums of money, about £850 million, and is still light years away from profitability. Sky was getting there because Sky had a good start and is in over 1.6 million homes. But these are tough financial times, as you know, and News International has had some debt problems, and BSB has had the size of its investment as a problem. As long as both systems are on different satellites, they were going to have to spend a lot more money to succeed. I think this secures the future of satellite TV more quickly.
Does it? I mean, we've heard a lot in the last 24 hours about death rattles. I'm not referring to anything except governments and parties and so on. But I mean, are you sure this isn't the first sign of a death rattle?
Oh, no, I think the opposite. I mean, I think 2 things. Certainly, as far as News Corporation is concerned, this is good news for shareholders there, because it means that the huge costs of satellite TV are now going to be shared. But I think, secondly, now, it means that there's no more consumer confusion over the technology. If you go out and buy 1 piece of equipment or rent it, you've immediately got access to over a dozen English-speaking channels. And by Christmas, they'll be in over 2 million homes, including 2 movie channels. So I think that settles the argument argument now. Multi-channel TV is now here to stay. And of course, instead of BSB and Sky ganging up and fighting each other and throwing millions of pounds in the battle against each other, they're now together to take on the terrestrial broadcasters. I mean, this is not good news tonight necessarily for ITV or the BBC.
The future of all this multi-channel stuff is not quite as rosy and exciting as you thought, is it?
Oh, no, I think it is now. Oh, yes. We're in 1.6 million homes already is a lot.
Andrew Deal, thank you very much.